Hi, my name's Annette. I'm here with Mark, and we're here from Nexus.com. I'm going to bring some health solutions to you. Tonight we're going to talk about some rice balls. Mark, you want to add anything before we get started?
Yeah, I just want you to enjoy everything you see here tonight, and as always, our videos are fun and educational. We're not doctors, we're just sharing great stuff with you, things that we've learned over time, so enjoy.
Back to me. Hi. Here's rice. We're going to look at the rice for a second. I want you to see that this rice looks pretty solid. It's called sticky rice. You cook it with much more water and a little longer period of time so that you end up with sticky rice, so that when you make your rice balls, they stick together. If you have rice at your normal cooking stage, it won't work. This is brown rice, medium long brown rice. We're going to talk about how to make it taste yummy, and then we roll them into little balls, and then you bake them in the oven. You can put oil on after. We're going to show you some different things that you can put to spice up the rice. This here is a red pepper from our garden. It's just kind of miniature, but it's still beautiful. We have one already cut up. So far we've only got little peppers growing, but they're still beautiful red peppers. So we're going to put a little bit of red pepper in. we have some fresh garlic, fresh turmeric, and fresh ginger and fresh turmeric. Looks like a carrot, but this is fresh turmeric. We also have our spices over here in our Tupperwares. We have some powdered turmeric, powdered ginger, cumin, garlic, paprika, and rosemary from our garden. Now we have more spices than this, and you might too, and you can decide what spices you enjoy in it. Of course, we can add a little bit of sea salt or pink salt, or and some pepper if you want, some black pepper, red peppers. You decide what you want. We will have recipes on our Nexus.com. I would put a lot more pepper than that because I like some pepper. Sometimes in my foods I like to add a little bit of lime or lemon. Not too much, just a little drizzle. It kind of gives it an extra added flavor, kind of like when you do lemon on fish, or lime and fish, or something like that, or in a drink. We're just going to add a little bit. It gives it a little bit of different flavor than just your typical. I'm going to spend a little bit of time just using my powders. I'm not going to put in our fresh tonight, just so we can move quickly. We've got paprika. All of these spices have something in it that's good for you. And again, on our site, we'll go into more detail on the health benefits from the food or the herbs. But tonight I'm just going to sprinkle in enough flavors that I know that Mark and I like. And I don't think I'll put cumin in it tonight. Maybe a little garlic, just to add some extra flavor. And then I'm going to move all these to the side for the moment. And we're going to throw in some fresh organic parsley. A friend of mine, Cindy Ulrich, taught me to cut. I'm sure many of you might already do that. But in some of the cases, you can just cut your pieces if you don't care about them being too finely cut. You can cut up your greens to get them into your foods. If you're going to add the stems, you might want to do more chopping. You do want things a little bit fine in the rice balls so that they roll up nice and tight. You could put spinach in. You could do all kinds of different things. In this bag we have a little bit of kale. I'm going to cut it up finer than that. I'm not going to put tons in. In this bag we have some yellow pepper. I'm going to go ahead and finish chopping those up in a finer, smaller content. And in here, instead of regular onion, I'm adding leeks. We're going to add some leeks. We're going to go ahead and get them a little bit finer chopped instead of just regular onion, just to have a little onion flavor in the rice balls. Again, just going to get it finer chopped. You can go real fine if you like it that way, if you think you would enjoy the spices or the food chopped a little finer. You could always chop up some of the flowers of broccoli and have just those little seedlings or flower tips in the rice balls. Now the rice balls, once they're mixed, and you're going to have to maybe mix it by hand to get it really solid. You can use a spoon if you want to, but my hands are nice and clean. We're going to blend that all in. Mark, since you're there, is it possible you can throw a little more salt in, or you want me to just do it?
I think I might be able to hold the camera and shake a shaker.
Okay, if you can. If not, then I'll get it in a minute. But see how that's just sticking together. You know how you make meatballs and it sticks together? We want these rice balls to just kind of hold together when we're done. And I'll show you in a minute how we're going to release them from our hands. Okay, a little bit of salt. That's good. We'll mix that in. These are a nice little treat. You can take them in the car for a snack in the car, or a little bit of food in the car, lunch. Pack it in a little lunch box. Maybe your kids will like them too for their lunches. Either way, they make a nice little side part of a meal. Let me rinse my hands.
Okay.
Okay, so my hands are nice and clean again. I'm going to just rub a little bit of oil on my hand. It doesn't have to be olive oil. We kind of learning that we don't want to have too much cooked olive oil. Olive oil is very good for you. But here you can use coconut oil, olive oil, butter. But we want to make sure that they're kind of big, because they're going to turn a little bit brown on the edges, and the oil helps that happen. And we're just going to plant them in a casserole dish so that they'll melt together. Now, I'm going to add a little bit more oil to my hands and rub it around. I'm going to grab another ball's worth of rice, and we're going to add a grape tomato to the center. That will bake into it nice and very nicely. And we're just going to, again, roll the ball. We're going to roll it. Now we know that grape tomato is in there. You could put other things in there if you wanted to have already cooked broccoli, or you could put a piece of garlic, I don't know, whatever you might like in there. And then we're going to put it again into the casserole dish, and we'll fill that up full, and then bake them about 375 in the oven. Just brown. We're not like needing to cook them. We don't want to like overcook anything, just so that everything gets a hinge of maybe a little bit brown on the outside edge. And we've got a lot more to make. We'll make them after we hang up. Take good care of yourselves. I hope you enjoy this tidbit of information to create brown rice, being fun, and feed your body lots of nutrients.